Hey, 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 what's the lowdown? It's your bro down from Motown. Uh, yep. Adam Pecora here. Welcome to Requiem for a Tuesday. Little throwback solo edition here. Uh, my lovable sidekick, Georgie Richter, sidelined with an injury. May have to do with a little sip. May not. You know, you can formulate your own opinion, and he can defend himself at a later date. But I think we all know the truth. OJ comes to mind. Please rate, review, subscribe to this show before we dive into whatever we're going to dive into here. On Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, YouTube. You know, there's a lot of places. There might even be more. You know, wherever you want. All of them. Let's do a little inflation. You know the motto, exponential growth only. We keep the ego big. We keep it stroked. There's merch, rfat.bigcartel.com, totes, pins, stickers, pens, microwave minutes coasters. Who knows? That show may return at some point. You never know. Follow me on Instagram, adam.rfat. Everything's linked in the description below, conveniently. And for many of the previous episodes, check all those out. Check everything out. You know, I got a lot of stuff going on. There's music. It's all in there. Sipping on a Sputnik cold brew, local product, getting me nice and hyped up. It's really just like coffee bean syrup. It's just nectar of direct endorphins, and I am hyped up, feeling a little zippy. Things might get a little off the rails here today, but don't they always? I think so. I don't know. Speaking of off the rails, tomorrow from when I'm recording this, when this releases, I'll be well on my way. Heading to the Big Apple, Judork Cities, as Christina P. would call it, which I love. Gonna try to do an episode out there. Hopefully that happens. That should be fun. Very excited for that. Look, I don't really know what's going on. A lot of chaos out there. Everybody's just shooting everybody. It's pretty terrible. The cops killed a child here in Chicago, and they're basically saying, like, yeah, kid's fault, which is like the craziest thing of all time. Like, even the QAnon people should be on the kid's side for this one, right? Isn't that their whole thing? I feel like how are we not clearing this up? How are we not on the same page? I don't know. It's pretty terrible. And there's just more. Every time I open Google News, which I do more and more consistently, because the more and more times I do it, there's just more and more just massacres. So that's fun. That's the material I've got to work with. How's your job going? You know what I mean? Tough crowd. Half of them are dead. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? I'm just eager for my second helping of Biden juice. We pledge allegiance to the Joe. I'm more and more of a patriot every day ever since I got this vaccine. I don't know what it is. Feeling healthy. Feeling healthy for America. I just might sign up for the Navy. thinking about it. But I mean, look, it's just like, it's really ruining white boy summer. I'm trying to get all hyped up, ready to hit the town. I'm trying to get my, what are those onesie things called? A romper, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to bust out a romper and shake my little ass. You know? But it's like, what? Am I going to get capped? Just for minding my business in my romper, you know? It's like, let's shape it up, everybody. Come on. Home stretch. What are we doing? The walls are just falling apart. I'm trying to just hold the roof up, like on my tippy toes with like one finger. Like, come on. Let's keep this home alive. I don't know. I'm just ranting and raving here. You know, confessions of a caffeinated lunatic. I pretty much have been off the sauce. You know what I mean? I don't sip that bean as often. Almost never. So, you know, this is like a special edition vibe we got going on here. And, you know, as I tend to do in my moments of panic and desperation, isolated in my little cube of a home, screaming into a microphone for the millions listening at home. I start just looking. I don't know. I don't know how it happens, really. Just an idea pops into my head, and I'm like, I'm going to look for a X thing to buy. Or, like, I'm going to read 1 to 2 paragraphs about this movie or TV show and then look up DVD prices. It's like one of two things. And before you know it, I'm in a rabbit hole, and it's like maybe it's the first thing or maybe it's like 5 things later, but like eventually I finagle my way into searching for the thing to purchase. And then it's like, how do I find this thing? The next value goes into another deep dive. It's pretty much how can I stare at my phone for like another hour and also spend money. Like the consumer part at the end is a really nice bukkake on top, but it's not really what I'm in it for. It's like I'm aware that I'm just like in love with my phone. It's pretty bad. But on the bright side, got the complete series of Miami Vice on Blu-ray for only $32. So it's like, should I be concerned or should I be like, you know, pretty good bargain hunting? Maybe I should be a little proud. Because I was looking at DVD prices, they were about the same. And I was going to cop, and then it's just like, well, I can just wait if this is how much this costs. And then give it up to Arkansas's finest, Walmart.com, coming through with the hot deal. And I bought it, of course. The sucker I am. Also, like, it's not really on anything. It's like on Stars or something, or Showtime or whatever. Or like Paramount. It's on something that I don't have that I'm not going to get. Plus, you know, the Michael Mann saga can just continue, which I'm more than happy about. I listen to the Miami Vice soundtrack, the movie, all the time, so now we get to enjoy the original, and I will have, as I'm sure you have already surmised, a full report back upon completion. And then earlier today, I also rabbit holed myself into a more stupid purchase where I bought myself the first and only season of John from Cincinnati Just saying it out loud. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, somebody help me. Do you guys understand what this show is yet? I just want somebody to reach out and be like, hey, man, you're okay. No. But so it's just like I have a login for HBO, so it's like I can just stream this show. It's just like there's a lore to the show where it's like this thing was fucking weird and nobody understood it, nobody watched it, but people like kind of liked it, but nobody really knows, and then it just like ended. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck was that? So I just kind of want to figure out what that was. It's basically like I'm gambling on, wow, this was an overlooked star thing. This was amazing. What a gem, you know? And then I can just like already have it. And it's like, wow, nice, you know? And it's like, what a good bet. In a weird way, my bargain DVD hunting kind of is my gambling fix. Hopefully the condition will be nice. Or hopefully this won't be a total piece of shit if it's a first time thing. You know, I took that risk with the movie Slice, starring Chance the Rapper. Now, full disclosure, I believe I bought this movie before he took a shit with his quote-unquote debut album. Let's not make any more albums, Chance, if that's how they're going to be. Am I right, brother? I mean, come on. Are we kidding? No. All right. I don't know if I've mentioned that on here before, but just what a total piece of shit. It's just nonsense. It's crazy how some things just get made, and it's like, that still costs millions of dollars because that's just like how it works. It's really weird and fascinating to me that like anything considered an independent movie, basically other than like Slacker and like all those like original old school ones, which even still were like $100,000, where it's like, where are you whipping up $100,000? It's just like, it's the one thing I'll never understand. Everybody's breakthrough story is like, yeah, I just worked hard. But it's like, really? You're definitely like a sleuthy con artist, hustlery guy. Like, you're a great salesman. You know what I mean? I'm not a good salesman. It's the hardest thing because you got to sell yourself. You got to sell the product. You got to sell whatever. You got to pitch it. You know? Especially in an elevator. Are you fucking kidding me? You'd be lucky to get a fart out of me in an elevator. I mean, I need 3 to 6 weeks with somebody before I can, like, chummy up. So it's just like, get me in a meeting, get me in a job interview. I'm going to bomb it. It's not going to go well. Either way, even if it, like, goes well from their perspective, they didn't meet me. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't meet this guy talking into this microphone right now. They just met like the AI answer. You know what I mean? Like to put a question into an AI and I will spit back the predetermined most generic logical answer, but it will have no personality, wit, anything. I just can't. I don't know. It's probably a huge developmental flaw, Mom and Dad. Thanks a lot. That's your boy. Keep making him proud every single day. This coffee, let me tell you, it's raging through my veins. Wow, what an interesting... Sorry. I'm deviating from the nothing I was saying before, just to clarify that left turn. Just an interesting nugget in this developing story. Looks like the it's still active. ongoing situation, it seems like. Shooter thing in Austin is by a black cop. So, I mean, nobody wins the stances on this. So let's just treat this as a both gun and mental health issue. Thank you. Let's avoid all the prejudices and political biases. Let's take some action. All right, funny stuff. Moving on. But they're going to love me at the Comedy Cellar. I'm going to tape a special there next week. That's the surprise. I'm going to be live at the Comedy Cellar. So get your tickets now. I'm going to do all my classic bits just like that one. It's going to be a raucous good time. Oh, what else was going on? Oh, Joe Buck is going to host Jeopardy. Did you read this? Touchdown. Wrong show, Joe Buck. Huh? This is my A stuff. So, consider yourselves lucky. That was a sneak peek into the creme de la creme. The creme de la creme. Man, like, earlier I was thinking about how embarrassing it is, like, to be an American because there's just all these idiots, like, everywhere. Just really making us look worse and worse every single day. But I was like, man, if a fucking Frenchie or a Brit tried to, like, make fun of me, how infuriating? I don't know. I'd beat the shit out of them, I guess, is what I'm getting at. But, like, could you imagine having the audacity, bro? And it makes me mad that they could. I mean, I guess really... Guess a Brit couldn't really say anything. They're not doing so hot either. They got a lot of dumb fucks doing shit too. So, but those Frenchies, those smug motherfuckers. This is a nationalist podcast. No, I'm kidding. But fuck the Frenchies. I don't know. That's the lesson here. You're welcome. You smug bastards. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. Okay? You like going on the beach? Wink? You know what I'm talking about. You're lucky that it's there. You're lucky French is a language still. You're welcome. I don't know what's happening. It's like my body through COVID has been, I mean, it's not like I've gotten into any kind of shape, but it hasn't taken any kind of beating. Let's put it that way. It's been pretty lax, if we want to put it in simple terms. But mentally, I'm about 64 years old, I would say. I was already about 43 going in. So it wasn't great. The cynicism was pretty high, I would say. Your boy was a secular being. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not going to France. To all my listeners in France, this is awkward now. What do we do? I like Italian wine anyway. I just keep dissing no matter what. That's a good bit. No, not to like toot my own horn. That's not what that meant. That wasn't like, holy shit. Did you guys listen to this episode? Wasn't that great? It's just like going to the lengths of like actually filming a skit. I don't know. Maybe that's that same thing. I got to sell myself on myself. If you're not filming skits, what are you doing? You know, maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe I just had a little wake-up call of my own right here on this show, talking out the issues. You know? They said, why spend all this money on this microphone? It's like, look, I wanted a fancier therapist. Can't have a schlubby-looking therapist. I got to have this guy looking good. So I'm talking into him. He's, we're getting answers. But I don't know. The brief idea that I just had was two guys going back and forth. The guy clearly is trying to apologize for something, but just keeps kind of ripping into the other guy very subtly. I'm sure there's been a million of them done before, but, here I am doing a podcast, so not Captain Original here. Speaking of which, random thought just popped back into my head. Let's give a shout out to Jim Carrey and Bruce Almighty for helping each and every one of us remember how to spell beautiful to this day. First time you're watching the movie, maybe you think, oh, what a silly gimmick. That's kind of annoying. But then it really sticks with you. Pretty good. Always has helped. I don't know, man. The aliens are coming, I guess. So maybe that'll be good, but why would that happen? You know what I mean? Really hard to keep the optimism flowing. I think I've said it before. It's just like I just really hope the reveal isn't that they've been here the whole time, and it's like the M. Night Shyamalan plot twist record scratch. Well, I mean, I guess that would almost be more comforting than to just like see a bunch of shit zoom in from space. That would be pretty fucking heavy also. Yeah, this is the Joe Rogan Experience. Man. Yeah, man. I'm doing an impression of Tim Dillon doing Joe Rogan. Yeah, man. It's pretty good. I do enjoy it. Enjoy everything the man does. Which, by the way, I gotta say, really bummed out. So, had tickets to see the man like last November, because there was like a faux reopening at the time, and got pushed to spring. Spring rolls around, completely forgot about the date. So that was when me and the big J boy went out to Colorado. Shout out to Colorado, but what, that's dumb. Throwback to the Road Sodas episodes. Check those out. 2-part series detailing that. The show was rescheduled for those dates. As we got closer, it was just like, okay, looks like it's going to happen. Got to get the refund. I, just for the hell of it, see, maybe he's coming back, looping around, I don't know. Seems to make sense to want to come to Chicago often. Seems like anybody popular would make a lot of money doing that. So I take a peek. Looks like they just got moved again. Could have held on, but no. And now they're all gone, and now I'm upset. Not really necessarily the most riveting tale, but the irony, you know what I mean? Should I hold? This is why I'll never make it in the stock market game. Should I buy it? Should I not buy it? You know what I mean? People did tell me to buy Dogecoin. They really did. And I'm like, come on. And at the same time, it's like I act like, oh, I would have put $1,000 into the joke. I wouldn't have. Now, maybe $100, maybe, which would have turned into something nice, no doubt. But still, no matter what, you're always going to turn it into like, oh, why didn't my parents invest in Google in 1996? It's like, well, why would they have? And with what money? You know? And that's just where I'm at. It's like, come on. But I've told myself, you don't want to be that guy who misses out. And I'm doing it. I'm missing out. It's terrifying. Painful. Anybody that, was told to buy Doge, didn't do it. You know what I'm talking about. So and anybody who knows what I'm talking about and happens to also not be a Bears fan, this is what it's like. Welcome to heartbreak. Welcome to misery. This is what my life is like. This is what every day is like, year round. Welcome to my reality. Okay? 365 every day around the sun. This is what it's like. The journey around the star. We just feel pain. Boy. And you wonder why the numbers aren't going up. Boy. I gotta say also on the side, I love having G-Spot here. Side note, love calling him G-Spot. He can't handle it. Breaks down every time. Especially if you do it in front of people. Luckily, especially like the straighter the face you can do it with, the better. Because then he'll just break down and it's like, dude, what? Anyway. But it's been nice to do a nice little loopy-doopy, ranty-shanty spectacular again. It's been a while. Should I have prepared? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. That's the magic. That's what puts the magic in Magic Pan. Okay, but real talk. Here's a thing that I think about myself. I don't know if I really think this for sure, but I kind of do honestly think it a little bit. You know how you don't know if you really think something, but you kind of think you think something? So I'm going to say it, and we'll see how it feels. We'll see how the conviction is. I just feel like... See, this is going to sound dumb. It's just like, I don't know, I'm too self-aware to just say something like this willy-nilly because I can already poke the holes in it as I'm thinking it before I even say it, and I'm not really putting that much thought into it. It's a paper-thin thing. Anyway, I digress. Let's just dive in. I think that if somehow I found myself in the position to where I had an audition, not for like, Avatar 2, or like Fast 10, The Furious Dozen, or whatever stupid title Fast 10 will have. You know what I mean? Like they'll include another number in it, and it's like, wait, which one is this? It's like there was never an iPhone 9. Infuriating. Doesn't make any sense. I understand it was because it was 10 years, but still stupid. Because then there's an 11. So, what? Technically, there was never a 2, I guess, if you want to like nitpick. But, that's naming convention. You can't skip a number, though. What was I talking about? Just kidding. I know. You think I don't know what I'm talking about? It's my show, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. You thought I really wasn't prepared. Shame on you. Fooled you once. Next one's your fault. But I think, you hand me a script. You give me some notes. You walk me into a room. Not that I need the whole situation catered to me. That's not really what I'm saying either. But I think, like, somehow I'm booked at an audition. I think I could do well. Not saying I'll just book it. Like, oh, I'm a for sure flame-o. I don't know what that means. I was going to say flamer. like heater, like that was flame. But that's not what flamer means. Not that there's anything wrong with being a flamer. You know? Love me a big homo. Anyway, I think I'd bring that fire. That's what I was trying to say. I think I'd dish it out. I don't know. I did some voice acting once in college. It was very fun. I think I took direction very well, and I think we got some good stuff. I didn't need that many takes. I was pretty impressed with myself, I gotta say. You boy was on mics for many years. Okay? Which also, that was an excellent video. I gotta say, shout out to my collegiate friend who made that video, but excellent. Where is that? I'm talking to you directly. I don't know why. Anyway. But I don't know. I feel like that's just a thing everybody thinks. You know what I mean? I also really think I could direct the shit out of something. I don't know. But I think that's just because I'm very particular. I don't really know if I could actually do that. That seems like that might be a stretch. You know what I mean? That does take... That I feel like is selling people short. But also, like, you know what I mean? Somebody's got to do it, so why couldn't it be me? That's also a thought. You know what I mean? Like, how about you stop doubting yourself for a second, buddy? Thank you, microphone therapist. Yeah, so somebody let me do both. I don't know. That would be sick. Check out my music video on the RFAT YouTube channel. So let me know what you think. You can get to it through the link in the bio. Look at these plugs. 30 minutes in. What a professional. The ad reads right on time. Well, technically not really if there was to be a time. Anyway. See what I mean? Nitpicking. I know what I want. And I know when I want it. Okay. Sorry. But, you know, somebody just, like, accept me into American Film Institute and then give me an $800,000 budget to direct my thesis masterpiece, and we'll turn that into a movie, and it'll be great. Beautiful. That's how it worked for David Lynch. You know, not that I'm David Lynch, obviously. You can't say anything. You know? Like, I can't say anything to me without me being like, bro, who are you? Fuck you. You know? We're all just on the edge of our seats. Somebody just do a body shot off of me already. Let's go. Like I said, 2021. Everybody's by. It's fair game. My new theory... Summer 2021, everybody's vaccinated. By August, there's going to be a new strain of some rampant STD that is just going to be piercing its way through America. That's going to be the next fear. We're going to be right back into some other kind of predicament. Probably a different type. So double bag it this summer, fellas. Just in case. You know what I'm talking about. Whoop, whoop. It's a white boy, double baggy, double doggy, double Dutch summer. Call me, Chet Hanks. Let's collab. Come on my podcast. Let me meet your dad. It's really all anyone would be interested in. And see, that's what you don't, like, you don't want to think about that, because it's like, oh, his life must be incredible. But it's like, imagine living in the shadow of your dad. Jeez. Must be tough. Am I right, Donnie? Huh? But yeah, especially for fucking Chet. Come on. Especially when Colin's crushing it. You saw Fargo, bro? Come on. It's got to be tough. What about me? I'm Chet. You know? Everybody just wants to hear about Tom. I feel for you, buddy. Let's be buds. Let's talk. I don't know. Is that okay? Am I allowed to talk to Chet Hanks? You know? What's allowed anymore? What are the rules? Somebody tell me. I need to know. What can I do? Police me. Oh, but not that kind. The good kind. You know? The kind that I want, that's specific to me, that you should already know that I prefer. Because how do you not know me? Right? You're losing them, Pecora. Pull it together. Pull it together. All right, we're back. Just charged up. Didn't even take a pause there. You should see what I'm doing right now, though. I'm wiggling, I'm jiggling, I'm jiving. You know what I mean? You got to get the blood flowing. That's the thing. I'm going to start podcasting on a treadmill, probably at walking speed at first, and then maybe slowly work it into a faster and faster, and then by the end of the hour, I'm like running, and I'm barely talking. It's just, all you hear is just, your boy's husky. He can't be running. But how's that for an idea? I'm just throwing them out there. You can't use it. It's my IP. I just claimed it. Book it, stamp it, mark it. That's me talking to me. I'm my own producer. I'm my own secretary. I boss myself around. I work myself to the bone. It's miserable. It's a terrible environment. And I can't get out of it. Somebody help me. Save me from myself. Damn, I just realized I forgot to buy almond milk. I wanted to have cereal today. Nothing is good. Everything is against me. I'm tortured. You know what I mean? You don't know what it's like. Could you imagine trying to deal with this? What else is going on? Oh, I've had a pimple on my shoulder for months. So that scares me because I think it's something else. But then you try to take a picture of it and you can't even see it. And it's like, why am I freaking out? I don't know, but I am. You know, I've had a hemorrhoid for way longer. Definitely think that's something else. Is it a hemi? I don't even know. It's got to be, right? Scares me. I don't know. Do I have insurance? No, can't check. Welcome to America. I'm fine. But, you know, it's the worst. See what I mean? You want to hop in this? You want to step in my shoes? Take these babies for a ride? I didn't think so. I'm just bumpy. I get these bumps, and they scare me. I'm scared of bumps. I think everyone is, but not like this, because it's just like, it's like I can tell myself that my own thing is paranoia and nonsense, and I just won't listen. I won't take that in. It's like I could say it and be aware and acknowledge it and be like, yes, I'll like say it to myself and then say to myself back, like, yes, you're correct. And it still won't be there. You know, some people would probably call that a disorder. But I call it material. But you know, this is all going into my Comedy Store set. Like I said, you're getting this A material. The highbrow game. No, but isn't that ridiculous? Probably listening like, yeah, that's ridiculous. Or you're listening like, bro, nah. And in which case, don't tell me about it. Because fuck you, you're an idiot. Don't be mean. Don't fuel the fire. I need to calm everybody down. I need to eat some edibles or something. Chill out. This is what happens when I drink the Sputnik, too. You know what I mean? I get hyped up, and then I'm like, Jesus, my heart's going to explode. And my brain just is thinking bad. It's just how it works. It's not good. You know what I mean? But what can you do? That's life when you're on caffeine. This guy, he's hyped. And the thing is, I'm going to crash like crazy, I can tell, because it's too much. It's been too long. I still have some left, too, but I'm going to keep sipping it, too. You know what I mean? Like, you don't listen to the signs. You just full speed ahead. Crank up the, what was I trying to think of? Sammy Hagar. There we go. Full volume, windows down, sunroof open, shades on, foot to the floor. You know what I mean? Airplane mode. Stereo running. Just gone. Gone in it. Don't give a fuck where you're supposed to be heading. We're cruising, baby. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. It's good coffee. Shout out to Sputnik. Employee owned, it says. I always wonder how that works. Like, so can you get hired or do you got to buy in? How does that work? Do you work like 6 months for free and they just like call it like that? Or it's just like what? You know? Or it's just like y'all just started a company and it's just like, well, you know what I mean? I don't know. Either way, it seems it's an exclusive club and it bothers me. Nobody likes exclusive shit unless they're part of it. Obviously. That's why it exists. And it's got to exist. That's the thing. I get it. Like, I don't want there to be like a super mega elite the way that there is, but there's got to be a thing. There's gotta. Because I was thinking about this in terms of movies, because me and George, we always get into it about the movies, especially the Marvel superhero-y stuff. I'm over it. You've all heard it a million times, right? But it's just like everything can't be average. Or you can't think that everything, just either way you put it. But like you can't think everything is good, because if everything is good, then nothing is good. And if nothing is good, you know what I mean? Then it's just like, then what is anything? You know? So we got to have the tiers. I lost myself on this one. But you know what I mean? You all get it. You're following me. Because, you know, one day, like literally maybe it's one day, but at some point you're going to be the guy who's behind the velvet rope and you're going to feel fucking awesome for that night. For, you know, maybe it's a summer, maybe it's a couple years. Shit, maybe it's every day. Maybe you make it up there yourself. And you're going to love it. And you're going to get it. And then, you know, you're going to be salty that things go back to normal. And you'll be mad again that other people get it. But you know what I mean? Everybody wants it. So we got to have it. I don't know what I'm saying. This is like the ramblings of a guy coming down on acid where you keep talking to your buddies where neither of you can actually communicate anything to each other, but you both just understand exactly what each other's saying, or so you think. You know what I mean? Like you're just convinced you're both on the same page, probably both talking about something completely different. Because nobody could come up with any subjects or verbs or like anything, and you just talk in circles. Wild stuff happens every time. You never really think twice about it. You're just like, wow, we're so in sync. This is incredible. Dude was talking about Beatles. You're talking about fucking spaceships. Nobody knows what's going on. It's beautiful. You gotta love it. Nikolai. Sputnik has landed. Oh, I lost it right at the end. Not that it was great at any point necessarily, but I definitely lost it at the end. So I guess to go back to my audition theory, if there's an accent, I probably won't nail it. That takes a lot. To really be in accent character permanently, like you really would have to, at least I would have to do that a lot. Because there was a moment in Metropolis, Illinois, where we were doing Southern accents as a bit for too long, and it kind of started to just come out on accident. And the repetition just gets in there. But yeah, if there's an accent, I'll probably butcher it unless I'm really repping. So I will admit my limitations. Put me in your movie. I don't need that much money. Pay me in Cheez-Its. I don't fucking care. Just get me out there, coach. Just Rudy me up. When I was in 6th grade, was I in 6th grade? I want to say I was in 6th grade. Joined the local football team. Had to move up a weight class. Your boy's Husky boy for life, thick boy nation, represent. The 115, it wasn't crazy. It was only up one weight class, 115 pounds in 6th grade. It's not great. I don't know how to gauge it. I don't know how much they're supposed to weigh. Children, I don't care. But it definitely wasn't that much. I can assure you that. And I don't know. I just respond to people yelling at me, I guess. I don't know. But basically, I just did everything they said. I busted my ass. I was running like crazy, always gassed. Because I was a husky, fat fuck. I was in no shape. So it was really the only exercise I got, basically. Anyway, my point is, all I did was listen. I wasn't good at all. They threw me at D tackle because I couldn't do anything else. And I couldn't do that either. That's just the one thing where you can, have no ability and not put other people in jeopardy on your team for injury as children. But basically, the only other kids who were in play to join me at defensive tackle were other fat kids, and they were just lazy even at football practice. So long story short, I won an award at the end of the season basically because I was the only one who really tried out of the kids who sucked. So yeah, I got a participation award, basically. I got the hustle award. But I was terrible. So there's that. Regardless, I got free tickets to an arena football game, so I don't really care. Sympathy play or not. I was also the only one at the entire banquet who didn't wear my jersey, because I was like, I got to show them my swag. And then it was embarrassing. I yelled at my parents. I was like, well, I don't even want to bring it. They're like, why don't we bring it just in case, because if everybody's wearing it. And I'm like, no, there's no chance I'm putting it on. Sure enough, only one not wearing it. So, tough break. You always think you know everything all the time. Even still, I still do. But I mean, at this point, my losses are minimal with my parents. Let's not talk like life, the losses there. They just keep piling up. But, they were right. I got to say, not that I want any child to be listening to this or to be associated with me in any way, like any child anywhere. But if you're a kid, sometimes, you're probably incorrect. It's a weird cycle of nobody can ever tell anybody anything different. It's weird. We all got to learn on our own. And then, but see, that's also the weird problem is that, a bunch of people just don't, ever. And then that's it. They just don't ever learn anything. And it's like, oh, well, this is how we end up with a bunch of shitheads. And it's how do we stop that? And it's I don't know. They were supposed to figure it out. They just couldn't figure it out. They just never got it. I don't know. That was it. We tried. We tried for many years. They never clicked. Never clicked. It's tough. Oh, man. What a journey this has been. Time just flies by. people listening are like, really, dude? This has kind of been agonizing. I mean, I can't believe I'm still listening, to be honest. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Tune in next week and every week after. Thank you. This is what it's like to be my fan. It's, you know, a little glimpse into the psyche of the... I don't know. I'm caffeined out. Good thing we're running low on time because this thing has... It probably ran its course about 25 minutes ago, to be honest. But the show must go on, as they say in the business. Yeah, I'm in showbiz. Oh, yeah. You doing numbies? What's your engagement like on that post, bro? That was pretty sick. Yeah. You get killer insights on that? Sick data, bro. That's how me and the pod boys chat it up. We talk numbies, data, subs. You know the terms. It's the business. NBD. Yeah. You know, did I talk about how Brian Tyree Henry plays a fucking podcaster in Godzilla vs. Kong? Horrific movie. Absolutely terrible. They kind of wink at how bad it is, so that's, you know, nice, I guess. But really just over the top and chaotic. And it's disappointing, especially because Kong Island was a big surprise. Skull Island is a great example of how to do a modern day blockbuster right, especially when you're doing more IP shit. It's like they just it was fun and the story was somewhat interesting, but it also just wasn't like CGI fest. Not that there wasn't a fucking shit ton of it, but it wasn't just like an animated movie, which is all Godzilla vs. Kong is. It's like, this is just a cartoon. Like, literally none of this is real, so what's the point? Not that any of it is real, but you know what I mean. It's just like, what is the difference between this and just doing, like, Pixar just making Godzilla vs. Kong? Like, because it's photorealistic animation, this makes it cool? Like, this is not... Like, did they even film any of this? Is all of this just... You know what I mean? It's just like, what are we doing? I don't know. Not that it would be better if it was, like, props. Like it used to be. Or miniatures, guys in suits, whatever. I don't know. But it's just like, it was a 45-minute battle sequence. It's just like, dude, this is... Every movie is just this. Just big, fake... sci-fi shit, fighting, blowing up building. It's just like, cool, great. You know what I mean? Like, I just check out. I'm just like on my phone in the middle of this. And then like the plot parts are mind-numbing and stupid anyway, so it's like I'm not invested in this story. Anyway, the thing that upset me the most is like if we're supposed to assume that he is like a famous podcaster, even to some level, which I think you would have to assume if like the Millie Bobby Brown character becomes such a devoted follower. But then again, like, who knows? You know, these motherfuckers be crazy. Wink. But yeah, I think you're supposed to assume, obviously, like, a lot of people view the guy as a crackpot, but he does have a pretty big following. But regardless, they kind of just portray it as like him doing the podcast via his like phone mic and then like posting them as he's like in. I don't know. Just regardless, like, no guy with that kind of clout is doing that. That's all I'm saying. You're not posting no phone recording. You know how terrible that audio quality is? I just don't think they reflected podcasts well. Not even just like the type of characters. There are a bunch of crazy motherfuckers doing it. Look at me. I'm just some guy. You know what I mean? I get that. That part of it, there's no denying. It's just like the fact that this major player on... You know what I mean? I don't know. Irks me. But that's just the business, bro. Insider stuff. You guys wouldn't get it. Whew. I got to be honest with you guys. I hadn't worked the solo muscle in a while. Pretty exhausted. It's a little draining. But also, as predicted, the Sputnik is crashing rapidly. I'm going to be asleep within 20 minutes. It's terrible. I wake up every morning at like 6, and I'm like, fuck. And then, best case scenario, I can get I can force myself back asleep for another hour. That's about as maximum as it gets. Then I'm up at 7. It's just like, fuck. The days are long. So, just in case you were wondering, I don't really know where that even led. Again, another one of my, that's one of my A jokes. So come on down to the Comedy Cellar. Tuesday, Wednesday. Just kidding. Obviously. Could you imagine I run into somebody on Wednesday night? Hey, man. Came out just to see, like, what? I'm in line to get in, bro. I might not even get a table in here. Jesus. Yeah, that was a bomb. I apologize. Good thing we're about to wrap it up. He's throwing ball after ball after ball. Was that not a clear baseball reference either? Those are bad, just so you guys know. I know my sports fans are out there. The NFL draft is approaching. The pain and misery amplifies and continues. And it's like, I looked over the Bears roster the other day and I was like, they're really pretty decent. And it's like, I'm already kind of back in. And I'm already like, I'm thinking like, okay, this is it. They're going to make a splash at the draft. You know what I mean? Like, they've been leading us on. They're fucking with us. They got big plans. Like, and it's just like, why am I doing this? That's definitely not true. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm such a dumb fuck. It's terrible. I can't believe, like, I'm so gullible. You know what I mean? It's like you learn a few things from a toxic relationship, but then you just get with a chick who does all the same terrible things to you, just like repackaged in a different way, and you don't even notice. And then, like, you get fucked over, like, it just starts to get crazy and miserable, and you feel like you're drowning again, and it's like, how did I let this happen again? I thought we fixed this problem, and it's like, nope. Satan comes in many forms. You know what I mean? Like, it's that type of thing. You never see it coming. I don't know. My analogies are a little off, maybe. Maybe that was decent. I'm going to listen back later. We'll see. The jury's still out. I'm going to get all these messages. We need George back. He's the anchor of the show. A lot of Georgie stands out there. That's why I had to cut him out of this one. You guys got to remember who's the boss. Who's got the big boy pants on in this program. All right. We got to put this big baby to bed. Please rate, review, subscribe. Please, please, please. Share the show. Share the wealth. We got to get the ego going. Exponential growth only, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, help me out. Share the show. Rate it, review it, subscribe to it on all the platforms, everywhere. Let's beef it up. Come on, this has got to be the white boy summer. Christ. It's just like you get what he means, right? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be a no fun party pooper if you don't get what he means. It's harmless. Chill out. Christ. I'm aligning with Chet Hanks. I got to build a fan base somehow. Where are my Hank heads at? Let's do it. I'm doubling down. Oh, boy. Rate, review, subscribe everywhere. Come on, please do it. Despite that last outburst, just do it. Anyway, we got music, multiplex, Wolfx, stuff in the works, top secret, info coming soon, maybe. Who knows? There's merch, rfat.bigcartel.com. Everything's linked in the description below. A lot of good stuff. Really encourage you to check it out. Would help us out. We appreciate you. Please come back. Is this desperate, or do I sound like I'm being like customer servicey? Because I keep just saying please a lot. It feels a little needy. I don't know. See what I mean? This is what we were talking about earlier. Like, I don't have the sales part of it. You know, like, that's the problem. All the artists who made it the furthest, they got the right hustle in them. I got like a little bit of hustle in me. You know, I got the chubby guy hustle. I got the husky hustle. I don't know. It's not enough. I need a hustle guy. If you're a hustle guy, you know, somebody call Michael Gruen. That tubby seems to be fun. He knows what's going on. I don't know. Yeah, that's it for this week. We'll hopefully be doing a live up from the Big Apple next week. Please tune in. And remember, I are fat. You are fat. We are fat. Calculator.